travelers, and welcome to the Come and Go Tavern. My name is Sheila Ornthalis, and I'll be your hostess this afternoon. Today's kitchen special is beef empanadas, and it looks like Alexia is currently available for a full-service package, if you know what I mean. But if you see anything or anyone else on the menu that you're interested in, just let me know and we'll see what we can do. Today is going to be my 49th Final Fantasy XIV stream, and we are headed towards kind of the Endwalker patch quests, but I think there's a little bit of like the last official quest of Endwalker left to do because I gotta talk to everybody. I genuinely thought there would be more wrap-up to do with Xenos, but after the events of last stream, I have no idea what's coming up. We could be headed anywhere, you know, honestly. Well, I just hope it's not going to make me cry again, but we know how easy that is apparently now. Yeah, that sentence made sense, right? Anyway, as always, I'll be available for comments, questions, and concerns about the tavern, as well as regular old conversations, so don't be afraid to fill that chat up with discussion. Also, while I'm moving you all over there, if I seem a little bit low energy today, I had to do some medical stuff this morning, and that included a blood draw, so like, I'm trying to rehydrate. I've eaten well this morning, but also bleh, you know? So, anyway, I won't add details or anything like that, just letting you know. Okay. So let's get on over to the game, shall we? Oh, hang on. Why is not doing the thing? Oh goodness, there it goes. Okay. Alright, so we've ended up back at the Rising Stones. Let's see. Let's talk to Alice and Urianje first. Lynn, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you haven't heard, we've received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. Here's the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, but one of which was an area in the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlene too may have come under threat. Oh, goodness gracious, yeah, I clearly need more water. Thank goodness it's over now. Be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these are localized crises. It should be well within the capacities of each nation to handle on their own. Scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course. As individuals, no more of this order business. For my part, I'm heading to Garlemald with Alpha now. They were among the worst affected and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. I'll curse my weakness. My inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect. Like when you activated the teleporter without warning. But, and should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there, somewhere, trying my very best. look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alice Leveilleur. Leveilleur? Leveilleur. Blah. Difficult name. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything, but that being said... Next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved. Don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. So, officially, the Scions are being disbanded. There's other stuff that's going to be going on behind the scenes, and they're going to maintain contacts. But for all intents and purposes, we are going our separate ways. Then, thou hast spoken with our comrades. Though this parting be not forevermore, is nonetheless occasion for sorrow. Into a pixie's path, the navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loperites embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Aetheris. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much more each party must learn of each other, a process which doth promise to be an eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loperites hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we're gonna get at least a little bit of that for the patch quests. Eidolon, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star, and 'tis Vanna's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish more keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance, and share such knowledge as they seem fit to impart. Acquaintance? I'd call it friendship. I did not wish to presume. I would be honored should they consider me a friend. For 'tis certainly true that I've grown fond of their company. But I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for that acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead I do proffer my humble support, be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder across stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. Irianji's a good guy. My champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. It sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you for that matter. On the mend, I trust? Mending well enough. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Median defeated, Song of Oblivion cut short. Source of all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost. You held fast. Now Reen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. We have a purpose in our roaming, after all. Keeping an eye on things in the absence of the scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We'll do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could just tell her I'm faring well and leave it at that, eh? No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return from when our work is done? On the day the scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged. Never did I expect I'd find one here for myself. Indulge me, then. I have a question for you. Imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? It's the best decision I've ever made. I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance? Hello, Circuit! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll come running and you'll likely get a certain funny-talking fortune teller into the bargain. I am just cleaning up the post-end credits stuff. Endwalker. I'm trying to figure out where the story's going to go next. I'm thinking that we're going to do some stuff with the Loperids to help integrate them, but, you know, we'll see. You have something to say, then out with it. Okay, the first one's funny, but I'm gonna go with the second one. Just wondering how I'll earn my keep now. I mean, I am independently wealthy, but that's fine. What? I thought you adventurers had any number of ways to earn coin. And though the Scion's mode of operation has changed, we should be compensated as before. Well, in any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Aymeric hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as guardsman in the Imperium District. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. What does he take me for it? Even without this meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Some days ago, a Hanish envoy arrived from Vitra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. In Thavnir, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Median. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Charlene, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, or loved ones. By an arrangement between Vitra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Charlene if they wish, to work and study. Vitra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. So long ago, I would have assumed his benevolence had ulterior motives. But 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they, in turn, revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Virtra's kin sought release from conflict. So weary were they of the suffering it wrought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgard Sommer didn't give up. In hope, he made the journey to distant Aetheris with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. My lance, I feel the weight of their struggle, the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength too. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Oh, should you have need of me, you'll find me. I know that's not what he actually said, but I didn't catch all of it, you know. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? We hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I'm averse to a moment or two of reminiscence. In fact, there was something I'd been meaning to ask you. Something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days subsided. During our travels, we've witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles. More than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts. The history of Aetheris, in the ancients, glimpses of the AI, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them from formal records of wider consumption. Sounds like a good idea to me. When needed, I've penned reports and prepared briefings, but never have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape in interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is inevitably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well-intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which fails to express the emotional complexity. Yet the word on the page is what endures. Pale shadow of reality. Ah, so is all of academia there. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not deviations, are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other. The end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet, even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do of course realize that importance of keeping written records. But without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. What would say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Well, I think so. Let them be read and remembered. But also, I'm a former academic, so, you know. Well, not so former. You know what I mean. Very well, then. I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the AI and the ancients. So many other wonders. But I'm no scribe. It'll be a less than polished work, and more a reordering of scattered notes. In any case, you're much better for having sought your opinion. Left to your own devices, or I have my own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I'll otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel, the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown, or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. It's very much the truth. Oh, Lynn. Might you have a moment to talk? Yeah? That's kind of my whole point of being here, isn't it? With the Scion stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryl, I've decided I'll be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Aldessian. Not only am I indebted to Master Gallup for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I'd never have set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life would have been. I would never have met you, for instance. Never become caretaker of the tower. Never become a Scion. You gave me the chance to do so much good. I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together, like any we've experienced before. Yeah. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. Do you recall in the realm of the Omicrons when I asked you if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? While it is true that to earn a place at your side could be the stuff of dreams, in the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to just stand with you in the here and now. It needn't be some grand endeavor. There needn't be a promise. Whenever adventures call, I won't hesitate to invite you. Hope you'll do the same for me. Aw, baby. It's not a second thought. I'll hold you to that. Well, as much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows? Perhaps we could even encounter survivors of the Omicrons while it's somewhere out there. Oh, I mean, we already have. After all, given how they took to the stars, it's implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come, I would bid to seek adventure with them. And with someone, with that partner find a new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? You got the right idea, Graha. Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send the word. Should a commission of interest come my way, you'll be the first to know. He's a good boy. Oh, Lynn. Pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been tending to the aftermath of the Exodus, but he's been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I'll endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to send their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlayan. Both Alice and I are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its current state. We'll rejoin those members of the Ilsebard contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxim in the helm of the relief effort, with support from our allies, people of Garlemald among them. They will be gradually joined by those who have finished treating the temperate across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Lucinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, We go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that, whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. In the foreseeable future, fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. Though I do not doubt the intentions of the contention, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first. To understand their hearts, they may better be able to begin anew. I'll visit when I can. By all means, full glad will I be for your visit. I believe I speak for Alice as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eurasia, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? I could possibly keep count. The world is changing, and will continue to do so. Yet no matter what the future brings, I can ever look to you. In good times and in bad. Dependable comrade. Dear friend bone. Yeah. Thank you, Lynn. From the bottom of my heart. Arnvald had pressing matters. Pity he couldn't be here to witness them on this occasion, though he bids me to tell you congrats. As for me, well, once the Scions are banded, I intend to resume my work in Rolver's Reach. I suppose Arnvald needs support in Kiribati too, though he would not admit as such. I'll have my help, whether he wants it or not. Oh, Lynn! How are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? Yeah. I cannot apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlene, I was torn, truly. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that if he could not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause. And so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, I could have done it very differently. My decision almost cost you your life. No words could express the remorse I feel. Sorry, I had to shake up my water. It worked out. You did the right thing. It is a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. There wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better. And I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Baldessian. Through our work, Charlene will strengthen its ties with other nations. We may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone. Thankfully, I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ojika. And our other remaining members. Together, we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales. We may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel a lure for the task itself. Well, yeah, obviously. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet. Be well.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library. And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Sheela before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Oh, I'm sure they're doing fine.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Fair enough.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rads at Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge her plans.
You got me. Being completely honest.
Quite right.
Indeed.
Fair point. So, what's next for our humble adventurer?
Guess I'll chase my happiness. Oh. Oh, I followed so well so far. Whew. Oh. Yet stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
And who might you be?
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers.
Oh, hello?
Alas,
Hey, Mom!
I
I'm
dare
having
not
trouble with that dance
investigate
move
in
you showed me
earnest before
earlier.
the coming of my guiding star.
Okay, well, show me what you
as
got,
she
sweetie.
foretold.
Up and down and...
Okay, I see what's going on. Let me finish this up real quick, and I'll be right with you, okay?
We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium.
Okay.
Ah, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
You have now completed the main scenario quest Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have now become available in Old Charlayan. Additionally, you may now enter the dead ends of the party of NPCs. Yep. Rest well, Champion of the Theorists, for many and more adventures await you. Oh, I just got a lot of stuff. Okay. Wow. Alright, we'll discuss what we're gonna do next. I already see a new adventure thing there. But I'm gonna go help Lila with stance move. Maybe a couple more minutes longer than usual. I'm hoping we can get it figured out, but you know how these things go. So let's go ahead and I will see you in just about 5 minutes or so. Here's hoping. Alright, so let's start from the top, okay? No, we got it figured out. There's a reason why we practice. And we always have other people check our moves just to make sure we're not doing something wrong. Because even the best of us can miss something that feels totally natural to us that actually looks really bad or could be really bad for us, you know? Tari's putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Lynn, how lovely to see you. You're not in too much of a rush. I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Yeah, sure. Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well. Ah. Good looking cookies.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it.
I thought you were going to get into crafts.
What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
I mean, you could just ignore my question, I guess. Not that she could actually hear it, but you know. I'm still mulling it over.
I hope you weren't thinking of asking me for advice. Though if you are open to suggestions, I might have one for you.
Oh?
You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while?
Not a bad
Acquit
idea.
yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
Yeah, fair enough. A great idea, but where to start? I've gotten so used to working with the Scions that
Oh,
just
with
expect there
so
to be
many
something to
exciting
do.
places to choose from, it's hard to narrow it down. But I believe I have the perfect destination in mind.
Go for it.
Thavnair.
Ah.
That's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with
Very
the burning
true.
skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration.
Fair.
So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Thanks, Tataru.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Oh.
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world.
Yeah, I guess.
In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
No worries, Tataru.
Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
I mean, fair enough. Didn't work that fast. Make sure it has pockets. No. You're the best, Tataru. Little ship.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
Yeah.
I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
I mean, to be fair, that's that. Yeah, no, I've heard it described that way.
Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Yeah, we're kind of bad about that. My inventory's actually pretty full right now anyway. Should clear out all that stuff, honestly.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
I think this is taking a little bit longer than Tataru assured us it would. Oh. Ooh, we get that dungeon can. Evil angel. Swear to God, if that's Xenos. Yep, I saw that scythe. Don't you pretend like you're not there. Newfound adventure. And if it's not Xenos, then it's at least what once was Xenos. You know? Because he had proven that he was able to come back to life before, so like, yeah.
Ah, you're awake.
Yeah. Sure, definitely.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
You're fine. I appreciate the effort.
You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall.
Alright, fair enough.
If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Sure. Real quick, let's go ahead and use these. Where? Oh, I don't have them in here. Ah, that's okay. cute. Observe as the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment, you'll see. I'm gonna have to sleep standing up, aren't I? A little more room in the shoulders, open up the cuffs. Final adjustment to the hem. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Ooh. Well, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream ready for a bold new adventure? Yeah, it does. So glad you approve. You've outdone yourself, Tataru. Thank you. Stop, you'll make me blush. Really want to thank me though. All I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Or at least anyway, where lots of adventures might gather. But look at you, a famous hero, and wonder wherever did she purchase those stylish yet practical garments. Before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique. You had to know there was a financial reason for this. Mwah. I can hear it now, the merry clink-clink of gill overflowing my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. Yeah, there it is. Ooh. Oh, goodness. Burgeoning merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. Wonder how you remember all of your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Collection expanded, the unending codex. Oh. Neat. Very cool. The unending codex is now available under collection in the duty section of the main menu. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. I cannot believe it took them 10 years to add that sort of thing to this game. As the former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. Did we just finish the tutorial? At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavnir, I suggest you explore your options at Mayreed's Mahane. There we go. The finest drinking establishment in all of Rodzenhan. Charm the employees, they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks of loosening their tongues. Now, I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Lynn, and may fair fortune find you. Alrighty, well, first things first, let's go back to home base and drop some stuff into the old chest of drawers. Fully understand why they can't put one of these into like personal housing because of some really nasty spaghetti code. But sure do wish we could. Oh. Huh. Really? None of that counts as memorable, huh? I don't remember how to turn stuff into. Yeah, those feel like can be used to form an outfit glamour. Used in the same quality, yeah, okay. How do you actually make an outfit? Hang on just a second. I'm gonna look up how to do that. As you could see before, I am nearly out of space in my glamour chest. Yeah. So that's the glamour dresser. Okay, yeah. It's the outfit glamour icon next with. Oh, okay. So, I need weapons. Ah, there we are. Store as a glamour. Using 5 glamour prisms. Yep, we got that. Yep, there we go. Cool. Okay, alright, I'll do that with more stuff later. I just wanted to make sure I didn't overfill my current inventory, because as you can see, it's rather full. Cool. And I will do a lot. Oh man, it's going to be a lot of management. Oh well. Okay. What are you doing here, Tree Fitty? You know, I found that funny. I don't know why. Oh. Oh, what's going on over here? Hail, adventurer. I'd sincerely hoped you might return to our fair city of ours someday. It's thanks to you and the Scions that I'm standing before you now. I wish to share something useful with you as a token of my gratitude. Although I can't be the one doing the sharing. Seek out my sharp-eyed comrade, Blackest Stand, for further details, adventurer. Godspeed. Oh, hey, I know those two. At least I think I do. But now's not the time to reminisce about dancer stuff. Welcome to May Reed's May. Hi, hey. Hello. Hello, I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Yep, I'm just here alone. I'm looking for new adventures. Ruins beneath the bounty. Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, an historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. Right now? Ah, there he is. Professor Jalheen. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the Professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mayhane's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault we seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. Reed found out I took coin from Thavnir's savior. She would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Alright, fair enough. Oh. This place looks gorgeous, though. Oof. But at the same time, very sticky. Ugh. Humidity. Although it might not be that bad here. Barely farther north than I am currently right now, so I don't know, maybe the humidity's not so bad. Maybe it's just enjoying a cool breeze in the hot sun, you know? Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Duly noted. Yeah, we got like a little more than 10 minutes before I have to go on a commercial break. I like your glasses, sir. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Yeah. Here we are. One of Mareed's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Jalheen empties the cup in a single pull. Oh, that's a pretty substantial cup, too. That was very kind of you, miss. But I know when I'm being softened up. What is it you want to wish from me? I'd like to know more about the, ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Oh, chasing that old tale, are you? That seemed to appeal to the adventurers at heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Alzadal? He was Khan of the Auri tribe, which sailed to Thavnir from the mainland, a key figure in the history of Radzat-Han. No, I know nothing about anything you just said, sir. His decision to aid their Arkasodara is what ultimately won them the war against the Gajasura. Or the Gayasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Alsadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap of Rad's early days. Good to know, good to know. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely, returned with glittering riches. Others that he broke an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Alsadal III named a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Radz-at-Han, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but the precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle in. Oh, my cup appears to be emptied. Michiel, another round for the professor. I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. I've been around. It's fine. Another for the professor. Oh, today was a splendid day to visit Maheen. Jalheen gulps down his nose drink with gusto. Where were we? Ah, yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault refused, I mean flatly refused, to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay. Quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend. The golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Izama was saying. Izama is a fellow connoisseur of spirituous potables. Yes, he is. But anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail, I hear. He did have I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? My words sent you to your death? Never live with myself. I'm no stranger to peril. Was that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Very edge of existence? If anyone else, I'd struggle to believe it, but I recognize you now. You're the hero of the final days. A drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. Milil. More of the same, if you please. As you wish. But this one is on your coin, Professor. Jalheen drains yet another cup dry. Oh, buddy. Oh, you are having a lot in a short succession. You good? You good over there? Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Ajama's, he was desperate to buy a treasure map. One that would show the way to the entrance of the vault. It seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Emilio, more drinks. I think we're gonna signal for water instead. Let's let him off the hook a little bit. Yeah, we don't want him on his face. Your drink, sir. Ah, marvelous. I am parched. Gulps down the cup of water. That was water. Did you tell her to bring me water? Still. Yes. That's probably for the best. Very kindly of you, really. My head will certainly thank you in the morning. I may have overindulged and put in mind the words of Master Jalzine. I heard how much you drink, how much of the drink you swallow must it swallow you. Forgive me. I will subject you to no more of these unseemly antics. If you wish to speak with Zama, well, as I said, we share a taste for Mahane's fine spirits. He probably came in as we were talking. Wish you fortune in finding your fortune. You have learned all that Jalheen has to share regarding the undersea vault. Yep, sounds good to me. Enjoy your afternoon, bud. Yes, I am Azana. Who might you be? Well, my name is Lynn Ornithalis, and I'm adventuring stuff. All three, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search of an Alsadal's legacy, and I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. Look in his eyes. I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Alzadal's the Third's otherworldly hoard, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, fight for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I'm too of the futility of such an endeavor. So, I will give you what my friend told me. How he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of vault entrance. It seems this one merchant, one Zashal, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for the exorbitant price. What with the meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty. In those ruins is the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Alzadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. Buddy. Poor guy.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake?
Yeah, kinda.
What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name.
I mean, honestly, he's doing the kid a favor.
This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
I mean, you're not wrong. Maybe.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage.
Okay.
You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly.
Mm-hmm.
This map is the key to fabulous riches. But I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed would never return with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim?
This is feeling like a grift.
How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map. Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoard they stand to uncover.
I mean, it's cute, but... yeah, there's my friend. Oh, he's gonna spend way too much money. Oh, he's gonna spend way too much money.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Oh, Estinian. You just got scammed out of a lot of money, buddy.
Well met, my friend.
Howdy.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
Yeah, well. Always am.
But why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
Well, as it is. Oh, hello?
Hey, Mom, look at this cool animal I
Who is
found.
beneath the bounty?
Yeah, that's an adorable little,
Curious.
what is
Can
it?
I keep it?
No, sweetie, no. We have to go put that back outside. Okay, yeah, but I'll finish this off and I'll make sure you take it back. I'm pretty sure you just got scammed, bud, but okay.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
Uh-huh.
You needn't mind us.
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
Yep. Yep.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Very true. You seem... I never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Fair enough.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
Alright, fair enough.
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
I underestimated you, Estinian.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. 'Twas not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough.
Fair.
Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
I'm glad to hear it, Estinian.
You are coming along, yes?
You're saying, bud. Naturally.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Sounds like a plan. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go make sure that LaFarlane actually put that animal back outside, alright? We'll be back in about 5 minutes. I am gonna run a commercial in the meantime. And yeah, I'll be back soon. Alright. Okay, buddy. So tell me about this little critter.
The St. Louis Blues.
So, weird thing about small furry creatures, sometimes they don't want to go back outside. I don't think we have a new pet. I'm also just hoping we don't have a new pet. You know what I mean? Anyway. You'll recall I spoke of visiting Thavnir at Victor's request? Well, he finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full of Hannish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matsuya is a fisherman by trade, yes? We should head to Akyali, see if he can help us. Alright, sounds good to me. I definitely need to deal with that. Well, let's just go ahead and teleport there, shall we? Let go! Aw, beans. I'm good. I don't need you. Oh, goodness gracious. Nope, I'm good. I don't wanna... Nope, I don't wanna. I'm gonna just search that, ether current. Thank you. Wait, I've been going northwest this whole time. Okay. It's fine. I'll deal with that on my own time. How about that? Hey, Matsuya. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? Well, we're trying to find some ruins at the bottom of the bounty. So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins? Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here. A boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. he's back in his good old heavy armor. Have you noticed our little shadow? It's been following us since we left the city. Come on out. See you there, boy. Show yourself. It is you. You know how far out of our way we walked so that you'd not cross paths with some wild beast? I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes that saved Thavnir? You are. I know you are. I've gone and cheated you. Worked with Zashal, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done and beg for your forgiveness. Not for you, my sister and I would never have... Well, we'd be... Enough. I knew your game. I paid the price willingly. Fortunate purchase, as it turns out, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are kind to overlook the wrong I've done you, but there's more you need to know. Alright. The map you brought is very real, as the island it shows, but Rhoda overheard Zashal selling the information to another customer. He told that man what he needed, where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. The man sailed out to find his fortunes, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... We could invite our comrades. Well, I thought we could, and assuming we do find the treasure hoard, it'd prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas on whom to approach? The Scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Let's go with Graha and Cryle. Aye, Cryle may have her hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leave with the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease? Yes. If that man is as strong as you... Is he though? Strong, I mean? Oh, yes. Oh, you wouldn't believe. What's your name, boy? Mirad, sir. Well, Mirad. Life is yours to live as you will. I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinian. Oh, buddy. It is gorgeous. My goodness, even the guard orbits a little bit. Very cool. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off, Mirad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Neat. Oh, I need to head back to our old Charlene anyway, because I believe there should be... Aha, yep. Just to pick up new equipment. Ah. Oh, wow. Oh, that's what I was just given. Okay. All very cute. But let's go for the big stuff, shall we? Can I get a full set of gear? We're gonna find out. I was maxed out on tombstones, so... I guess I can't. Well. Well, let's upgrade what we can. Ooh. Very cute. Very cool. That'll turn into a nice glam later. For now, let's go back to our complete glam. Oh, look who it is. Welcome back, Lynn. What might the students do for you? I was just looking for Grahatia. Oh, he's in the main hall with Mistress Kryle. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. Listen. We're gonna give him a reason to take a break.
Ah, Urgica, my good man.
Nope.
Would you be so kind as to...
Get flustered, baby boy.
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
Nope, you're good. What are you two working on?
Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Vow.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come.
I mean, that sounds about right, honestly.
But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
Well, I was gonna go do an archaeological expedition and thought that maybe you two would want to come along.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
Mm-hmm. Purely for academic reasons.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition?
Sure am.
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
Oh? Well, I'm in no necessarily hurry.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned.
Oh, he is so adventure horny.
You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure.
Oh, he's adorable.
Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Sure, buddy.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
Nope, you're the... Well, I mean, Stinian was there when we got the adventure, but you're the first.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
Sure.
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem,
she's got a good
however,
reason to.
that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenor. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
Fair enough.
Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger.
Maybe. Really?
He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like.
Oh.
From what I can gather, the Loporrits wish to build their own vault for the people of Atheris to explore, and are looking for inspiration to help make it a memorable experience.
The Loporrits are trying to build an entertainment
why not
dungeon.
take
I
Urianger
love it.
with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Oh, if we can take all of them, yeah, sure.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Do this as soon as we're done with this
Right.
one.
Then it's off to the library.
I hope everybody's doing okay out there today. I am definitely a little bit low energy. But that's what happens when you go do medical stuff in the morning. Hello, Pudding Way! Aw, look at you, Stola. Nobody disturb her sleep. She is a precious baby.
I've never known Y'shtola to doze off in the middle of research before.
This place could really use some velvet curtains for the walls. Goodness gracious. Just the like sound reverberation in here. Yikes.
Close my eyes for one moment.
Ah. I should have a nap after stream, shouldn't I? Oh. the freeze in the music.
How long have
Perfect.
you two been here?
Long enough. I didn't want to wake you.
Nor did I want to fall asleep.
Uh-huh. Well, you clearly needed a nap.
I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
Yep, and I'm sure that'll come in handy when you go see your boyfriend.
Looking for hints, at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You got this.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Well, yeah, buddy, but she doesn't exactly have generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
Hmm.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me?
Oh, you know, just wondered if you'd like to take a break and go find some buried treasure in an underwater temple.
Al-Zadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world.
Well, could be somewhere for you to,
if those tales are
play
true,
your studies.
then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Pretty much whenever you're ready.
Akiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
Hmm. You got this, little guy. Alright, let's head down to the Central Circuit. Alrighty, let's head on down. Just ran straight in the door, didn't I? Oh, I'm just not allowed to fly here. Oh, okay. I suppose that does make sense.
Ah, our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure.
You got it, buddy.
I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
Yep, that's the plan. It's good to see you well.
And thee. As ever, thou art the picture of strength.
Only thanks to my friends.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies.
Oh?
As you may recall, the Loporrits have been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
Yeah. Like something specific, or just you feel better?
Has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Yeah, what Graha said.
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Kryl. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loporrits now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon? So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation.
Yeah, they'll get you like that.
But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos?
Well, we've actually got a chance to go underwater and find one of said treasure vaults.
Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous
Right?
opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation.
Alrighty then.
How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Oh, I have no idea.
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Let's just go on a casual treasure hunt, you know?
Counting Estinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
Fair. I was wondering how they were going to square the
Between
5 of us.
We should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise.
Oh, absolutely.
Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
Oh, I wasn't aware that you were going to be here, Thancred. But hey,
All is well, I trust?
you want to come along and tank a few hits for us?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
You're looking well.
That's because we didn't travel by experimental etherite. It's astounding what a lack of nausea does for one's sense of well-being.
That's fair.
In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos.
Yeah.
A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together.
I don't
That's
like
the thing
it, though.
with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches.
Phew, ain't that the truth?
So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather?
Well...
Beneath the waters of the bounty, you say?
Yes, indeed.
I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
You know it.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
What he said.
Of course. And if you have a Stinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
I mean, we're not going to say don't
Feeling
come
left
along
out?
with us.
I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I?
Nope.
In all seriousness, it is best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters.
Okay, you know what? He does have a point there.
I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations. Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
Yep, sounds like an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but well, we may as well, you know? This island really is beautiful, though. Oh, goodness gracious. Perhaps a little too peaceful. Sort of nod off for a second there. Send you to recruit Graha, and you return with an entire survey party. Matsia's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. What he means is we are grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. We're more than glad for the chance I have to provide it. It's only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs and the shallows there. Aye, we'll keep an eye out. Let's just go with the money. Alzadal III. I confess I'm somewhat embarrassed, but the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? And what? Hang on.
Mom,
What?
have you seen Mr. Grumbles?
No, sweetie, I haven't. Did you lose track of her?
Can you help me find her?
Sure thing. Let me just finish up this cutscene now. Make sure to check all the warm spots on the floors. And what of the treasure you supposedly brought back? Its undersea vault will hold many relics from another collection. My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that, we know not what we will find. Until we find it, rather. So let us dispense with conjecture and set sail for the vault. Sounds good. Alzadal's legacy now available. Neat. So I'll get that started when we come back. That'll be fun. Alright, I'm gonna go help find a skunk before she stumbles into customer areas. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Stand up, stretch, do all that good stuff. I'll be back soon, okay? Alrighty. So, warm spots. means. You ever have that moment where you sit down and immediately remember that you were supposed to do something while you were standing? I'm running out of water.
Right then.
Feel bad to have not bring a Stygian with us. Alrighty, let's see if we can do this in one go. The map is fully as long as I am tall.
You underestimate me!
Now. Uh-oh. Ow. Dude, no thank you.
Allow me.
Who are we fighting? Or is it a who?
Hold still.
Yeah, they're definitely people of some sort, but... Oh. Must have done something out of sequence. This has the same vibe of some of the Nanjiang music from Wandering Sword. Which, I mean, they're pulling from the same sources. That does make sense. Ooh, jellyfish. Squid. No, not squid. Octopus? Ambujam. Oh, it ambulates. I see. See. Ow. Mildly rude, but I understand. Oh. Ow. You know, I forgot rule number 1 of using the NPCs. Pay attention to where the NPCs go. Ow. A really cool boss fight mechanically. Like, they've been knocking it out of the park the last couple of years. And it has me excited to see what kind of bosses they have going on in the next expansion. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Salt encrusted teleporter. Ooh. No, there went the last of my water. Fifth of passage detected. Confirming bearer's identity. How would I be able to confirm our identity if we've never been here before? Is it more of a, like a general, like, oh, we have to prove our worth kind of thing? Unrecognized ethereal signature. Brazen thief. We'll proceed no further. This is going to very quickly become a DPS check just to make sure that we actually have enough oomph to do the job, I suppose. There we go. Nicely done, everybody.
Together we shall overcome this. Make ready! This will hurt.
Oh. Oh goodness, another one of those things. You know what, let's let's focus on big guy. So we don't have to deal with too many reinforcements. Why not? Let's pop that full combo one more time.
Allow me.
There we go. Much better than last time, now that I know what this game is. Whoop. Oh, this one's gonna have mechanics, and I need to pay attention, don't I?
Together we shall overcome this.
Ow. You're doing so well, too. Take two.
Make ready. Hold still.
I thought I understood how it was reflecting those attacks. Maybe I didn't understand it well enough. Shit. Oh, come on! survived that one. In the chest. Still.
You underestimate me.
Ow. Oh, come on! I feel like that one was nonsense. Like, there were a couple of times where those, like, rivers of energy should not have caught me, I thought. But here we are. Doing this again. Alright. And it's fine. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in myself for not doing the thing.
Hold still.
This isn't even the final boss. Goodness gracious. Oh, come on. Those rivers are what's giving me that, like, sustained damage debuff. Do you have to stay in front of the shield or no? No? Oh, come on! Like, I knew it was coming from the corner. That part was my mess up. But, like, how am I supposed to be able to tell where it's going to reflect? Am I supposed to stay in front of the arm shields or not? Because it seems like sometimes when I do, that's when I'm standing in front of the river. But other times when I don't, that's when I'm standing in front of the river. Am I incorrect? Am I just misreading things? That's probably what it is, if I'm being honest. Again, as we've established before, I'm not a particularly good gamer.
still. You're mine.
Shit. Here we go. I'm in the right place? Okay, good. Ooh. See if we can double tap this. Oh, would you look at that? I was standing slightly too close to the boss. Thank goodness. Ooh. Like, that's always the worst when I think I understand a mechanic and then something happens to change my understanding of that mechanic and I start questioning myself and then get into that cycle of like failure after failure after failure because I'm trying the wrong things, even though the correct thing was obvious to me in the beginning. It just wasn't like working for whatever reason. Lots of treasure down here, though. That's real cool. Whoa, I don't like you. Not a fan of your full vibe.
shall overcome this.
Hang on, is there something to do up here? Nope, not really. Okay, well, I checked. Lots and lots of treasure. Don't you think you can hide around the corner from me? Ah. Wondered why I couldn't open those treasure chests. The answer is they were not in fact treasure chests. They were mimics. Here we go. Next. Ooh. Oh, that's neat. A booming ward. Nothing included. Ooh. Very cool. How complicated is this fight going to be? I only got a couple more minutes until maybe. Well, I've got 8 minutes. Let's find out. This vault is under my protection.
Hold still.
Oh.
Be gone. Hold still.
still.
Oh. Rude. Nice. Shit. Well, that happened.
Together we shall overcome this.
Hold still.
Hey, hun. Can I borrow you for a second?
Yeah, you can borrow me anytime you like, sweetie.
Ha.
Yeah, well, give me just a moment here. And I'll be with you just as soon as I can.
Together we shall overcome this.
He probably just needs something simple. That or a customer's being a jerk or something, you know. Ow. Let's... Nice. Okay. I am gonna go see what he needs as soon as the cutscene's over. Hopefully we just get dumped out into a holding pattern. Nice. Well done, boss. Honestly, genuinely amused that, like, the second to last boss for me was harder than the very last one. Holding room? Holding room? Yeah, holding room. Okay, so, be back in about 5 minutes. Stand up, stretch, do all that good stuff, and, see you soon. Alright, sweet stuff. How much? Oh, well, what do you need? You're gonna get this one way, yeah.
What have we here?
It's like an alchemical chamber.
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in
See,
design.
that's what I was saying.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Hello, Varsha.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret.
Well, sure, but we'd still like to address people as they want.
This is not a setting I imagined for our union. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
No, actually, we're researchers.
That we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
Okay, good to know. Sealing what away what exactly?
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Doubt it's what we were actually after. Whoa. What? Ugh. Gross. Like an ethereal tear of some sort.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
Where? What are we looking at?
Planar fissure?
Oh, okay, it is that.
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Oh, ugh. So not what we were hoping for. Similar effect, but not what we were looking for. Void gates and fissures are very much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage through the source, or between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is the product of a deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by an elaborate mechanism in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to such a priceless discovery. Its swirling emptiness puts me in mind of old friends, not to mention old foes. Well, yep, okay. Ishtola, what are you thinking? I know you've got some thinky thoughts.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
Oh?
An age 5 millennia past, when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Mericidia. The southern people rallied
They
around the
mentioned
commanding
that,
figures
didn't we?
of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors.
Oh.
With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void.
Oh.
Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did.
That sounds about right.
I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not.
Oh,
Thus,
buddy.
I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes.
Oh, God.
Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
Well, I guess we're gonna help him get some
I
closure on
find
that.
I
hopefully.
must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
Yeah, but it's small.
My discovery came before Radzat Han was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure.
Goodness, excuse me.
It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly, they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of Voidsent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
Yeah.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razathan and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
Did the math.
'Twas
what
not
terrible
that thy
algebra.
siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
Do we? Oh, I guess the void is the 13th
I can
because that one was
scarce
taken
imagine your
down by
pain,
dark.
yet it was wise not to linger in that
magic.
place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
I remember when Nero turned purple.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether. Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late.
That doesn't mean we can't help you find closure.
And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Well, we're not particularly interested in the treasure, although we are interested in, like, historical findings and stuff. But I do know a certain someone who needs to transit between different worlds. And we might be able to help you if doing so allows us to research how that might be done. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Astonishing. Is there a chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. However, first, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardians you so handily destroyed. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. Sorry about that. My apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the contracts can be repaired, we would be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate Guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Razathan. Fair enough. I found a hobby crumb. Anybody who builds model kits knows what I'm talking about. Jazzy. Ooh, this is a good trombone slide. Thomas, we will discuss the void and the gate further. First, I must attend to the matter of the vault sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, Papikulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. Was it tomb robbers? Beings born of the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me a blasphemy that roams free. No, sorry, that was us. That was us. Our bad. We were ill-informed of the situation. Awkward, I know, but here we are. I love everybody's whistling Dixie. Just... Why such guilty faces? Surely it wasn't you who were responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details are important. I shall see it done immediately. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions? Well, quite a few, in fact. I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I had it so it's sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded it by my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction is to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. The little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would only admit the lowliest of void scent, and from this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man? I should think that Alphino would fit, given affirmative push. Physical size is only one consideration. True restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. Sit up a little bit. Start to turn into a shrimp. And yet, you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Since I've given up searching for Asdaya, there's no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. The moon passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeling the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound by it to a covenant made by the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken, and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it could be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void scent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. Mayhap you could resume your search for your sister. As I have already explained, put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is now here. Oh, I admit to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? Well, it was all Estinian's idea. Don't know to see if the legends were true. I As you've seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. Been adding to that trove for years, little by little. By the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. There? That's not what we want, actually. We're of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I'll make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in the study, but the Loporits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlene as well. Mistress Kryl was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you're able. Farewell for now. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. We may now undertake the Chronicles of a New Era quest series, Myths of the Realm. Speak with a fresh-faced student at Baldessian Annex to accept the first quest. Ooh, neat. You enjoyed the expedition at least. Otherwise, it was a heavy price to pay for a treasure map leading to a treasure we couldn't keep. The difficult part in all of this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Of course. Sorry, I got carried away by the trombone. Liv and I are in this together. I'll follow her example. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Well, oh, are we gonna get a new raid? I feel like that's what this is building up to. Oh. Really trying not to show us this character's face, aren't they? Alright, Prince Arthas. Jeez. I sensed the breaching of the gate, but it was not instigated from this side. It was thrown open from the other. I, too, felt it. A rare occurrence, yes. Such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. Opportunity is upon us, coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip from our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp, be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Ah, let her come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling gasp for breath in her final moments. The Knight in Black, your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back to our struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Whoa. I thought we were going to do a reveal that it was Xenos, but I guess not. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from the monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the subject directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Sounds good. Then, you are to visit Akyali and Yerlemad. Speak with Matsya and his people and listen to their grievances. Stanian, I beg you to do the same at Palakistan. I will be conducting my own inquiries at Tranethal grounds. Sounds good, buddy. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene Megabuta. Alrighty. Let's go see real quick. What's going on in Old Charlemagne? I really want to know what's in that box. Okay, got space. Ah, then, welcome back. Are you perchance here to see Kryle? Given to understand that she has a task for which she desires your assistance. Yep, that's the idea. Then I shall fetch her at once. Pray wait a moment. Figure we get these started and then call it a day. Good place to send y'all off to. Lynn, my thanks for coming. If you're now available, I'd like you and Raha to assist me in a task I mentioned. For you to call on Lynn, I assume the task in question is somewhat more exciting than sorting through paperwork, which I'm pleased to add, I have finished. So if Lynn is ready, then so am I. Venture to the bounty has only served to whet my appetite for fieldwork. Not to oversell things, but I suspect you won't be disappointed. Ere I divulge the details, however, permit me to provide some background. As you know, our organization, the Students of Baldessian, was founded by my grandfather, Galuf. Our stated mission is to uncover the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpret her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. We've since learned the whole truth, and it might be said that we've fulfilled our mission, but our work is actually far from over. In the course of our endeavors, we've also sought to devise countermeasures against threats that come to light. Our involvement with the Warring Triad is an example of such. It is my belief that in continuing to seek out the unknown and dealing with threats, we best carry out on the student's mission. We best honor those we lost. The Isle of Val was destroyed. Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. In saying all this, I simply want to clarify our organization's purpose for a new age. In line with said purpose, I've been reviewing our requests, and one in particular jumped out at me. It comes from none other than Rambrose, of the Sons of Saint Coinarch. Truly? Has something happened in Mordono then? So it would seem, and he wishes to entrust the matter to us. His missive is sparse on details. He writes that it lies beyond the sun's expertise. Uncharted territory are the exact words he used. I'd like you to meet with Rambrose and conduct a preliminary survey. What say you? Wonderful. When you're ready, pray make your way to Revenant's Toll. I shall let Rambrose know to receive you there. I must remain here to oversee our operations, but should it transpire that more hands are needed, don't hesitate to send word. No time like the present, then. If you could go on ahead to Revenant's Toll, I shall make ready and then be on my way. Alright, sounds good, bud. Bye. Okay, so we've got some interesting things to deal with out in the world. Let's talk to Bowminder real quick. I have been through it. So yeah, we've got plenty to keep us busy for next time. Although, let me take a look at the calendar. Next time with Final Fantasy won't be for a couple of weeks. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Let's head... you know what, we're near the end. Let's go ahead and head back over to the Just Chatting screen and I can talk about that stuff. Alrighty. Let's get a chat window over here where I can see it more easily. So, thank you very much for stopping by, Weary Travelers. I hope you've enjoyed today's Final Fantasy XIV stream. I will be back tomorrow, Saturday, June 14th, for a return to the martial arts drama of Wandering Sword. But following that, I'm going to be taking a week off because it's actually my birthday next week. I've got some plans that it just makes more sense for me to take some time off, you know? Plus, I'll be honest, like, there's a lot going on in my life right now. I know I kind of talked about it last time, but I need to take care of some things. So, you know. But anyway, until tomorrow, because we will be here on tomorrow for more Wandering Sword. For more information about future streams, keep an eye on our Blue Sky at Come and Go Tavern for announcements and daily check-ins from the Come and Go. I've been your hostess, Sheela Ornthalis, and if you need to prop your feet up for just a little while longer, we've got some more entertainment coming up soon via a raid. So let's go take a look at the menu and see who is online right now. Let's see. Ooh, Barry's online right now. Let's go bother him. Playing Potionomics, so that's going to be a lot of fun, right? Alright, so